let's do a D&D campaign together. These were the words said by my friends about a few days ago, I'd say. At the time, my knowledge of D&D? Nothing. But I wanted to give it a try. Since this was my and several other friends' first time playing D&D, some of the more knowledgeable friends were giving us a talk about all the basic mechanics and stuff. During said talk about those mechanics, I had not made a character yet. But then, one thing caught my eye. And right then, and right there, I knew what type of character I would be making. It was Friday night. It's not this week, this is Monday. During the D&D discussion, D&D, we were talking about D&D classes. Count how many times I say that. When we got to spellcasters, they were talking about different magic weapons, and I was told that sorcerers can use orbs as magic weapons. They even made a joke about pondering the orb, even. You know how it goes. My first thought for my character, a big orb. A huge orb. Quite possibly the biggest orb you've ever seen. You see, I was sent a D&D class list earlier that day, and the two classes I was interested in, just by reading, were Druid and Sorcerer, leaning towards Sorcerer. So when I was told that class specifically, they can have magic orbs, my character's fate was pretty much sealed. So imagine this. You see an orb rolling towards you. It's a huge orb. It's a magic orb. There's someone standing on it. Who can use such a massive orb for spells? It's a child. A magic child, but we haven't gotten to that part yet. The only thing in my mind that day was a giant magical orb and a child rolling around on it. Cause that's funny. But I did want to expand on this concept. And I want to do it right now. First things first, fashion sense wise, she was gonna look more like a child than a wizard. You know, on that classic fashion spectrum. Child to wizard. I love bright colors. You know who else loves bright colors? Children! After I got that established in my head, I saw this cute cat hat on Pinterest, and started with that. Then comes the cape, and the rest of the design follows soon after. Please note that the character you see on screen will not be the final design, and that the final design is saved for the final drawing, because I did some final tweaks and adjustments in the final drawing. But what we have right now is close enough. I'm not going to clarify anything. You'll find out for yourself. So I wanted to make her orb a little unique. Just a little. It was going to be a magic orb, so I wanted it to do something. Colors. Big bright colors. So it's nice to look at. A streak of blue, a streak of red, a streak of pink, and a little black. Also, she's a changeling. Did I mention that? No? Yeah. Didn't do much research into the implications of that yet. I think she would look young in whatever form she takes. Like, she's not an adult, so she isn't good at looking like an adult, you know? I have yet to design a base changeling form for her. I know that exists because my friend showed me, and I will do it, just not right now. I probably will, because that sounds important. Quick thing real fast, right before we really get into it. I was asked the question, the pretty important and good question of, how's the orb gonna work? And that is a good question. Then I had an idea, and I had to draw it. Two things on this sheet. A before and an after. After what? I don't know, being better at magic, I guess. Generally maturing, I guess? So before, it's like smaller, and it gets smaller whenever. After, more control over it, also it's bigger and glowing. Just from the sheer magic, I guess. Now that we got that out of the way... Oh, I did not script this part. Why does this always happen in all of my videos? This is the final drawing, and oh boy, did I want it to be dynamic. I love dynamic poses. Yeah. So, a few changes here. Starting with the hat and the shirt. 1, same color now. 2, that color is now purple. And 3, there's stripes. Lighter stripes. You might have seen those in the first design. But now it works better because it's all purple. And orange, green, and purple are the main design colors. It's like a big blob of green, purple, and orange details. Honestly, I only really came up with the orange details when I did the eyes. But the hat, it's funny, it was like a completely different hat, I'm realizing now. Because the hat I found, I think was like yellow or like really bright colors. Or maybe even white, I don't remember. And it was more like a beanie. No, wait. I'm a liar. I lied. It did have the strings, but they looked different. Also, it didn't have eyes or a mouth. That's also something I just added right now. So line art. Oh my god, I forgot the freckles. I'm going through the speed paint right now, and I saw that I added freckles. And I'm like, oh no, I definitely forgot about that. But I won't forget about it, because honestly right now, you know what's really funny? I'm procrastinating recording this by making a reference sheet for her. So, I'm not going to record the speed paint for that. However, I am going to put it on screen when it's done as a little bonus. Also, I came up with an Instagram reel so that when this video comes out, I get to promote it. That's so awesome. Yeah, so I drew like 3 sketches for this, which is really interesting because my average amount of sketches before line art has gone up. I was looking at old art and I see that for a long time, a majority of my art has one sketch directly into line art. And it's a more recent thing, maybe about a few months ago, where I do more than one sketch before the line art. And honestly, it helps so much, I can't even. So in the speed paint I'm watching right now, I made the hat yellow because of the reference. And then I changed it to purple, and it's awesome. And, ooh yeah, that's a lot of stuff changed. Here's a little something from my script. Speaking of marbles, she has a marble collection. Don't worry, none of the other ones are actually magical orbs. They're all toys, but the orb is a special orb. She can, and she will, also call it a marble. Big marble. It shrinks to fit in the collection. But like, you know, giant orb sounds unbalanced. Do not worry. Wait, fuck, this is earlier. Before I wrote that section. It said, don't worry, she can't. I mean, I'll go into more detail about it. To balance out the fact that she has a giant orb that she can use, she cannot control when she can grow or shrink said big orb. She's got the growing part down, but it can shrink whenever. Yeah, this was fun. Also, one little funny thing, I think I got the perspective I tried a new perspective, and I think I got it mostly down, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure everything's just like a bit too wide. It's interesting. I think I'm gonna unwiden it, edit it a little on my phone, and then see what happens to it. But it was done. Also, I love the blue button eyes on the cat hat. I think it's just adorable. And that's done. Alright. See ya. Bye-bye. 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 I'll let you know how the D&D campaign goes. It's actually scheduled for this weekend. That's so awesome. I can't wait to see how it goes. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. And also, all of us know all the stuff about the D&D now. That's awesome. Alright. 60 minutes. Average video length duration. Bye.